It is now 5:45 and I'm doing the Thresher Shark. I am super excited. Hopefully we get to see some sharks today, so fingers crossed. Have you ever dreamed of swimming with sharks? The thrill of watching them gliding through the ocean right in front of you. Growing up, I thought all sharks were aggressive and dangerous, and for the longest time I was actually scared of the ocean. When I decided to try out scuba diving 3 years ago, it was like a whole new world was opened up to me that I didn't know existed. In this episode, I'm taking you guys to Malapascua Island in the Philippines to dive with Thresher Sharks. They are deep water creatures and spend most of their lives at around 600 meters and as deep as 1,500 meters below sea level. Whilst Malapascua isn't the only place to see threshers, it is the only place in the world where you're pretty much guaranteed to see them every day. I hope you guys enjoy this video as I share the things I love the most, nature and the ocean. Hey everyone, it's Vincy here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be doing this video. At the end of 2024, I went on a solo dive trip to Malapascua Island in the Philippines for about 10 days and had such an incredible time. Malapascua Island is a tiny island just off the northern coast of Cebu. And the reason why it's so famous amongst the diving community is because of the threshers. So threshers are these sharks that have really long tail. Sometimes it could be as long as their body. And they basically use their tails to stun their prey when they're hunting. I'd personally seen them before in southern Maldives, but they were incredibly shy and I saw them at around 43 meters. So it was on a deep dive. Whereas in Malapascua, they basically circle around you for the entire hour at 20 meters and they come so close to you. Malapascua is also great for macros and just has incredible sea life in general. So this video is going to be mainly about scuba diving, whereas I'll be doing a separate video on things like food, New Year's on the island, and things that you could do there if you're not into scuba diving. And to get there, I first flew from Hong Kong to Cebu Mactan Airport. And then from Cebu, you could either take a public bus, minivan, or taxi to Maya Port, where you'll find the ferries that go to Malapascua. So when I was doing my research, I read that even though Google Map tells you the car journey would take about 3 hours, you have to factor in a lot more time because of how bad the Cebu traffic could get. So because my plane landed at 1 p.m. and the last ferry was at 5, I chose to take a taxi. The journey took about 3.5 hours in the end. But I can't lie, the driver had to drive so fast that I thought that was the last day of my life. If you do have time to spare, I've heard good things about the public bus. It does take about 5 to 6 hours, but it's a lot cheaper and much more spacious than the minivan. On the way to the port, you would drive past local markets, shops, beaches. It was just overall a very, very stunning journey. Hey guys, I'm now at Maya Port. I just took the taxi from Cebu Mactan Airport and it took about 3.5 hours. And that's me at Maya Port. I looked absolutely exhausted. I'd been up since 6 a.m. that morning traveling from Hong Kong, but honestly, I was just glad that I made it to the last ferry. Don't panic if you missed the last ferry of the day. I think there are options where you can hire private boats and share the cost with other travelers who also missed the ferry. The ferry ride to Malapascua Island took about 35 minutes and it was a very pleasant ride. It docks at the south side of the island where most of the shops and hotels are, and there will be loads of porters and motorbike drivers waiting at the dock if you need help with your suitcases. Nice. So happy. So, onto the main part, scuba diving. All my dive equipment were brand new for this trip, so I spent the first few days just doing macro dives at local dive sites, which were all a 10-minute boat ride from the island. Since I changed from a jacket BCD to a winged BCD, my buoyancy was all over the place at first, but eventually I was back to my usual self. I also did some night dives and wow, the amount of things you can see at night was just mind-blowing. morning. So I've been in Malapascua for about 3 days now. It is now 5:45 and I'm doing the Thresher Shark and hopefully Tiger Shark dive. I am super excited. Hopefully we get to see some sharks today, so fingers crossed. After I got my buoyancy back on point, I finally went for the Threshers in Kimud and Monad, which were about an hour away on the boat. Boats for shark dives usually leave between 5 or 6 a.m. because Threshers are most active in the mornings. We first went to Monad, where there was a 20% chance of seeing tiger sharks. It's really a hit or miss, but sadly we didn't see any that day. Then onto the Threshers. It was just beyond words. Every Thresher Shark dive I went to, there would be 4 to 5 of them just circling around us for the entire hour. And one of the groups that went the day before me saw a hammerhead. I'm definitely not jealous. Last but not least, Gato Island. The island is named after the Spanish word gato, which means cat, because the island somehow looks like a cat from a certain angle. I personally don't see it. The dives there were stunning though. There were so many nudibranchs, cuttlefish, frogfish, reef sharks, really beautiful soft coral, and you get to swim through a cave tunnel, which was super fun.
Really?
That's it guys, thank you so much for staying until the end of the video. I hope this video has given you a glimpse of what it's like scuba diving in Malapascua and the beauty of nature and the ocean. Shout out to the dive shop, all the DMs and everyone I met on the island that made my trip so unforgettable. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Thank you very much and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!